So you either know or you suspect that you have low testosterone, so now what do? That's what we're going to talk about today. What's up, TRT community? Let's help each other. Alright guys, welcome. Well, maybe you are one of the ones that clicked on this video because you're not sure if you have low testosterone or not. Well, guess what? There's a solution for you that's pretty easy. This video is sponsored by Let's Get Checked. They offer affordable, professional, at-home testosterone testing kits. So you can avoid a copay to your doctor, you can avoid setting up an appointment and all that. This will be sent to your home, you prick your finger, you give the blood sample, you send it off, you get the results on your phone. They will even do a follow-up call if it turns out that you do have low testosterone. So they are quick and easy to use, very affordable as well. There will be a link in the description below and also in the pinned comment and a coupon code to get you 20% off. So I've gotten this question a lot. Should I go to a general practice doctor?
Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Hey there. I am Dr. Norm, and I see you are Mr. Smith. Is that right? Okay, Mr. Smith. Well, pin in. Here we go.
Whoa. Ouchie. I was just here for a physical for my job. Ow. Or should I use a specialist? Oh, Shakespeare, you cheeky fellow. Hi there. Patient. Bother. Hi, my name is Dr. Burt, ex-Burt, and I'm guessing you need some expertise in your life, eh? I like turtles. Okay, well, what I need you to do, if you don't mind, is downtown you'll see this very tall building with my name on it, and in that building we have special machinery that does the special scanning for experts like me, and so yes, it'd be necessary for you to go down there and get that scan done first, okay? Okay, don't forget to pay the secretary on your way out, right? Oh, don't want to forget Shakespeare. Good day. Okay, well, let me just tell you what I did, and then we'll glean some information from that I think will be helpful for you. When I first started having my negative symptoms, low energy, low libido, lack of motivation, some mood swings / depression, those type of things, I knew something was wrong, and I said, you know what, I'm done with this, I'm gonna go get this figured out. So I just made an appointment with the closest general practice doctor to my house. That's all I did. I just Googled who's the closest and went to him. He's the one who did my blood work and found out that I had low testosterone. Well, this is what he did though. He read my paperwork and said, oh, low testosterone? Okay, well then, here's testosterone. And I began injecting it. Okay, the reason why that worked for me is because I had primary hypogonadism, which is something we'll talk about here in just a second. Hypogonadism, that's the fancy word for low testosterone. So this is what we don't need to do if we know we have low testosterone or if we suspect we have low testosterone. This is what you don't need to do. You don't need to just try to get testosterone without a doctor's prescription because it's a controlled substance. So if you get it without him, at least if you're living here in the States, then it's illegal. And so it would be a bad idea to try to get it what they call on the black market illegally. Well, because the main reason is that it's illegal. The second reason would be that you don't want to be messing with your hormones without a doctor's care. What you're going to find out real quickly, if you haven't yet, is once you start messing with your hormones, you're going to start messing with a bunch of other stuff in your life too, okay? Your hormones affect your sense of well-being. Just don't mess with your hormones without the doctor there to help you, okay? Seriously, not wise. So what you're going to want to do then is go to a doctor, and then that's where the question comes up.
Well, what kind of doctor do I use?
Well, the general practice doctor is just that. He's going to have a general idea about a lot of things medical, not have a ton of knowledge about any one thing usually, but just general knowledge about a lot of things. And so he would be able to help you, but there is a good reason, or many good reasons, why seeing a specialist would actually be good as well. And in talking about this on the whiteboard, which I'm about to show you, we'll start to answer some of those questions and then come back and answer them more specifically. All right, guys, so this is you and I want to talk about when everything's functioning normally with our body. So let's talk about two parts of the brain first. we're going to talk about the hypothalamus, and then we're also going to talk about this guy right here, which is the pituitary gland. Then, of course, our testes are involved in all this too. So, when everything's functioning like it's supposed to, this is what happens. Your hypothalamus will send to your pituitary gland something called GnRH, gonadotrophin releasing hormone. That then stimulates the pituitary gland to start sending something down to your testes, which is two different things actually, LH and also FSH. LH stands for luteinizing hormone and FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. The LH tells the testes to produce testosterone, and the FSH stimulates them to start producing sperm. Okay, so when everything's functioning properly, that is all working just right, just like it's supposed to. Here's where the problem of low testosterone comes in. There can be problems in 3 different areas here which create our low testosterone. The problem with me is the problem is in my testes, and so I have something called primary hypogonadism, okay? Primary is when the problem lies with the testes. They're getting signals from the brain like they're supposed to. The hypothalamus is doing its job, pituitary gland is doing its job, and they're pumping a bunch of signals down here. Everything's coming down, but my testes, there's a problem. They're broken, and so they're not producing enough testosterone. And that's called primary hypogonadism. If you go to a just general practice doctor, he's going to do general blood work, and he's just going to say, oh, you got low T. But he might not know why unless he does further research. That's usually when he will send you to a specialist, because a specialist will be able to tell you what's the problem. Is the problem in your testes? Is the problem in your pituitary gland? Or is the problem in your hypothalamus? If the problem is in your pituitary gland, so it's not sending LH and FSH, but these are fine, that problem is called secondary hypogonadism, which means the problem's in your pituitary gland. There's also one called tertiary. Tertiary would mean that the problem is in with your hypothalamus. It's not sending the GnRH to the pituitary to then tell the testes to start producing sperm. So a specialist would be able to tell you exactly where the problem is. And that's one reason why I think it's wise to at least make one trip to a specialist so he can check on all this. Let's also talk about another reason why you might want to go to a specialist. So treatment, how you're going to be treated. That's why you would want to go to a specialist, because guys, if you just have primary, he's going to just say, well, then TRT is fine. Like with me, it was kind of just worked out okay, because if I'm not mistaken, the most common form of hypogonadism is primary, meaning the problem's just with the testes. They're not making enough testosterone. Okay, so then start injecting TRT, and then you will fix the problem. Thankfully, that's what worked out perfect with me, because my general practice doctor, he didn't do all those fancy tests. He just said,
hey, low testosterone. Here's your prescription.
And it went really smoothly. Some of you guys don't have a process that smooth from what I'm hearing, and I hate to hear that. Keep looking around. There are doctors who won't give you such a hard time though, okay? So I'm just thankful for that. God just blessed that situation and made it so that this happened to be my problem, and that was the solution, and it was easy peasy. But if I would have had secondary or tertiary, then that wouldn't have been the proper way to treat me. So that's why I might want to go to a specialist early on to make sure. Now here's some more serious reasons why I think you should also at least visit a specialist once at the very beginning of your treatment too. If you've got a problem with your prostate, like especially if you have prostate cancer and don't know it, guess what? TRT will accelerate the growth of your prostate cancer and give you major problems. So when I went to the specialist, thankfully, he checked on that like he was supposed to, and he was able to just check it through blood work, not through the more invasive way. Whew. Thank goodness. He saw that, hey, you're not showing any levels of anything in your blood that would make me suspect any kind of prostate problems, so you're good. Keep on doing what you're doing. He can also tell in blood work about the levels of LH or FSH or the GnRH. If those are out of whack, then that's when he can usually tell, I think it might be secondary or tertiary. And if it is, then he's got to run some more tests sometimes. And then you would be prescribed something other than TRT because the testes are fine. They're functioning just right. They're just not getting the proper signals. So then he would prescribe you something that would mimic those signals to the testes to then start doing what they're supposed to do anyway. So I think if you just want to know if you have low testosterone or not, either do an at-home testing kit or go see a doctor and start there. Just start with a general practice doctor. If he determines, hey, it is low testosterone, then you can ask him, would you mind recommending me to some type of specialist, an endocrinologist, a urologist? I just want to make sure we start off on the right foot. If he tells you,
No, I'm not going to do that.
I would maybe pick a different doctor because he should be more concerned about your well-being than about his paycheck and not wanting you to go somewhere else. Yes, going to a specialist is going to be more expensive, okay? It cost me $200 just to go to that specialist who spoke with me for 15 minutes and did some fancy blood work and then basically said, okay, everything looks good, just keep doing what you're doing. And I was like,
Thanks. Here's $200.
but I was able to leave with that peace of mind, though, knowing that I'm on the right track. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Listen, if I forgot to mention something, just leave comments below and ask me those questions. I'm usually pretty good about responding to people. I make this channel to help you guys. I've made over 50 videos to help you guys, so please visit the channel. If you've got a question, chances are I've probably done a video on it. So visit the channel. I've tried to organize it nicely for you guys as well to help you. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Peace.